Instructor Jarvis gave this book to Lilly as a graduation present, and it appears to be written in his own hand. The tome is heavy and the table of contents ornately decorated. Chapter 1, Ancient Abaran. Abaran, an ancient world, even by the reckoning of the gods. Abaran, a land of all manner of strange and wondrous beings. Abaran, whose history is as vast and varied as the races who inhabit it. In the ancient tongue, Abaran means Jewel of the Gods, legend claiming its creation having come before all other worlds, a beautiful gem for the gods to look upon with wonder. Perhaps such once was true, but Abaran has fallen upon dark times in past centuries, and many believe the gods have forsaken us upon this troubled world. Historians claim that during the ancient days, Abaran stood unified under the benevolent reign of the realm of Ghaaris, a magnificent golden realm of peace and prosperity. But as with all things, even Ghaaris saw its end, meeting with some unknown demise. Abaran was plunged into a long age of darkness, the ancient wonders lost and forgotten with the onslaught of war. Those who ruled did so with an iron fist, crushing all who would dare to oppose them. King Khagrim the Damned. Well, well, well. What do we have here, boys? Seems this old man and his woman aren't content with the rule of King Khagrim. The old man calling him a monster. You've taken all that we own. Our daughters, our food. Trouble us no more and allow us what few years we have left in peace. Fool, I am King Khagrim, and none shall speak to me in such a manner. Guards, throw these two in the dungeons. Let them rot among the rats, and show the rabble of this land what comes of disobeying my rule. An evil guard smirking. With pleasure, my lord. The old man screaming that they can't do that to them. Take them. I grow tired of hearing this incessant prattle. All lived in fear, and few saw an end to the tyranny which had overtaken our lands. Chapter 2, The Coming of Rakha. In the 1300th year after the fall of Ghaaris, a mysterious sorcerer arose from the wastelands of Arn, a humble man proclaiming himself Rakha, the great savior. An old man kneels gingerly beside his dying wife, stricken with disease and hunger, her eyes glassed over in pain. My poor dear, if only there was more I could do. She looks weakly towards her husband. Do not worry. 'Tis my time to go. 'Tis all... Perhaps it's better to leave now, before it grows any worse. Clasps his wife's hand, tears streaming down his face, begging her not to leave him. A tall man, his skin horribly burned and his face covered in a strange mask, approaches. It's Rakha. Though he appears to have suffered severe wounds to his body, his eyes shine with kindness behind his mask. Disease, death, I sense it near. It clouds this woman's soul, but perhaps I may bring an easing to her pain. He kneels gently down beside the pain-stricken woman, laying his hands upon her. The old man begins to protest. She's in enough pain and doesn't need any... The words get caught in his throat as the sores on the woman's skin begin to slowly heal and her eyes coming into focus as she realizes that she's healed. Be at ease. Let the darkness of your pain trouble you no further. Of course, the old man is ecstatic that his wife is now alive. I don't know how to thank you, sir. There's no need for thanks. That your wife shall live another day is reward enough. Go now and tell OUC that hope has returned to these lands once more. Rakha has returned to you. Old man thanks Rakha. Rakha continued through the war-torn lands of Abaran, preaching words of peace and hope. Many hearkened to his words, seeking an end to the long age of destruction and death. Chapter 3. Rakha cast down the old regime. In time, Rakha's fame grew. Rumors spread that the gods had heard the countless pleas of their mortal children and sent a savior to rescue them from the darkness. Those who had suffered for so long sang out praises in Rakha's name, while the tyrants of the land saw the great savior as a threat to their rule. Glory be to Rakha! May he deliver us from the troubles and free us from the chains of tyranny. Let your hearts be troubled no further. Hope has returned to you in your hour of darkness. But here returns King Khagrim the Damned. Out of my way! Begone, curs! How dare you stand in the path of King Khagrim the Damned? Fools! All of them! He turns his evil stare upon the sorcerer Rakha. And you are behind all this trouble, aren't you? Rakha calmly faces the king, showing no fear before the tyrant's brutish might. I simply seek to give them hope, for they have had so little. Can you not see the pain your people are in? He snickers. All I see is an upstart fool, one who shall not live to see the sun set. Men, rid me of this nuisance.
Soleno Samatka!
The guards close in on Rakha, but he calls upon his sorceries. Too long have you troubled this land. No more shall the people of Abaran live in fear of your shadow. King Khagrim looks down in fear as huge boils begin appearing upon his skin. What's this? What have you done to me? So shall this land be cleansed of the taint of evil. As Rakha overthrew the tyrants of the lands and people praised him and followed his leadership, soon all of the southern lands of Abaran stood behind Rakha. Chapter 4. Imperial Abaran. Such was the birth of the Empire of Sharakha, a land dedicated to bringing peace and hope to our world once more. All hail the glory of Emperor Rakha. Let us give praise to the great Savior. Deliver us from the evils of this land, Almighty Rakha. Rakha raises his staff high in the air. For too long have you lived in the shadow of tyranny. Too long has this world been consumed in darkness and fear. Let your hearts be at ease, for from this day forth we shall start a new order, one dedicated to peace and prosperity. We are the Empire of Sharakha, the Reborn Land. Let us shed the dark days of the past and bring the glory of Sharakha to all upon Abaran who live in fear. And they're chanting Sharakha, all glory to the Empire. May he always guide us in wisdom and compassion. Under Rakha's leadership, Sharakha has thrived, bringing the great Savior's hope across all of Abaran. Many hope that Rakha's reign will bring Abaran once more into a golden age, and under the rule of our glorious Emperor, it seems that Sharakhan Empire is poised to do just that. Chapter 5. The Crimson Prophet. Our present times are not without strife and trouble. Within the northern reaches, the wild frontier along Sharakha's border, a terrible sorcerer of great power, known only as the Crimson Prophet, has begun leading a rebellion against our Emperor Rakha. From the darkness of the shadows, his presence felt if not seen, the man known only as the Crimson Prophet speaks to his faithful followers. Look upon the lands around you, followers of the Crimson Path. Look at the sheep you've become. Rakha, the great Savior, has made this land weak. Will you stand in Rakha's shadow, doing his bidding as mindless slaves, or shall you rise against the Almighty One? take back what is yours. We hear your words, Master. Too long have we followed Rakha blindly. No more. This land is ripe for the taking, and we go to reclaim what is ours. Go forth, servants of the Crimson Light. Go forth and strike deeply into the heart of Rakha's realm. The Crimson Prophet, sprouting his words of betrayal and destruction, has turned many of our empire's loyal men and women against the rule of Rakha. So ends Chronicles of Abaran. Lilly closes the Chronicles and wearily draws a packed ration from her satchel. After wastefully nibbling only a bit of the food, she enters into a meditative state to reflect on what she's read, but it becomes more like a dream. She's a powerful immortal during the Golden Age of Abaran. She's a resident of the magnificent floating city Melora, jewel of the sky. She awakes with a gasp, though, as the city plummets to the ground as it did over 1,300 years ago. The History of Abaran in 7 volumes and scribed by Melbeth, High Sage of the Empire of Sharakha. Lilly dutifully reads every one. Volume 1, The Creation of the World. Lilly especially appreciated learning the origin of Abaran itself, which means gift of the gods. It was just that, a gift from the god Aeon, father of the fates, the great creator, to the goddess Avariel, mother of nature. She was also pleased to learn of her heritage. Elves were not only created first, but considered Aeon's grandest achievement. Of course. The race is also considered closest to Avariel's heart. Lilly wonders if Alia knows that. The fact that Lilly doesn't hold faith in these gods doesn't matter. She's simply pleased to know that the witless masses who do would at least acknowledge the superiority of her elven blood. Right, enough histories for the day. Lilly decides to see if Bones can help her discover what might be in that locked chest. She summons the Black Panther, and he knows almost immediately her wishes, and sets to work on splintering the wooden chest with powerful claws. Lilly makes a mental note to purchase a scroll of knock if she can find one in the merchant district later. Bones is certainly useful, but Lilly just doesn't have the patience. Finally, a book. Ledger number 13, the Control Stone. Of course, talking about summoning a shield over the district gates. And also for the purpose of animating magical constructs. Allowing our Imperial citizens ample time to pursue more fitting pursuits. And here's talk of how to activate the Control Stone itself. The arcane phrase, Milak Navok. Be wary of tampering with the stone in any unlawful fashion. The sorceries at work within are quite potent, and if unleashed, could prove quite destructive and dangerous. For his work, and for not destroying the ledger in the process, Bonesy gets a curt pat on the head. It's so bereft of affection, Bones wonders why she does it at all. At least it's better than the sting of her boot. Having learned the command word for the control stone, Milak Navok, and verifying that it does indeed have runes of warding protecting it, Lilly can't help but take another look. She'll have to figure out some way to get High Sorcerer Zaram to leave the chamber. Maybe later. The treasury. One place Lilly could maybe understand being locked out of.
Well met.
The doors to the Imperial Treasury have been sealed and shut, Madam Lilly Black, on orders from your father. No one is allowed inside. I guess that's unusual. Well, I haven't been told exactly, but rumor holds the Imperial armor uncovered some sort of ancient artifact during their last campaign against the barbarians of the north. Artifact? I'm really not sure, Madam Lilly Black, and it's not my station to ask such questions. I've merely been given my orders. Good evening to you, Madam Lilly Black, and may Rakha keep you in his grace. If Lilly recalls, there's a storage room here in the Grand Hall. Maybe she can at least replace that packed ration that she wasn't quite in the mood to finish in the library. If she's lucky, maybe one of Zeram's apprentices left a scroll of knock there as well. Before entering the storage room, Lilly checks to make sure Bones is with her and that no one else is around. Inside, she rummages through dry, dusty crates and hole-ridden cloth sacks. A healing kit. A piece of cheap jewelry. Potions. Even some coin. No packed rations, and no scroll of knock either. Wait. 2 packed rations. Perfect. Lilly doesn't have much hope, but she figures she might as well try the other door to her father's council chamber. Who knows? Maybe his meeting's adjourned already.
Well met.
Your father is currently in council with foreign visitors, Madam Lilly. His business should not take too long, but the council chamber is closed for the time being. Sure will send for you when he's free. That's it. Lilly's had it. She'll go to the market district, as Giles, the house servant, suggested. She needs beryllium crystals and a scroll of knock anyway. In fact, she ought to purchase something expensive too. Her father is sure to get her a graduation present. She might as well pick it out. One last look at her father's council chamber door before leaving. Maybe boots. They must have some exotic animals out here in the northern reaches, made from some kind of wild hide, whose leather would be sure to draw envy from her friends back home in the civilized southern heartlands. That is, if she had friends. No matter. She's always found a way to amuse herself without the boring, banal company of others. Or rather, if not in spite of them, at their expense.